Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Masks: A Bright Future. This is our weekly series where we're playing Masks, role-playing game about teenage superheroes with big feelings, and we play to find out what happens to them. Let's just go through and do a quick intro, and maybe, let's do an intro and one thing that you remember or was noteworthy for you from last time. So we'll do a little last on, and let's do your name, your pronouns, your character, and your highlight reel. Let's start with Jules.
Um, my human my player name is Nicole. I human name. My player name's Nicole, and I use they or she. My character is Jules, who also uses they and she. Something notable that happened last time as well.
Yeah, or something that you
Um,
liked.
Something that I liked. I really liked the moment where we realized that Sunshine and Jules have like eye contact language that involves shenanigans. Like last time, Sunshine gave me a look and I knew to cause a distraction. And I just really like that we have that shorthand.
That was cool. Great. Let's hear from Superstar.
Hi, my name's Barrett. I go by he, him pronouns, and character I'm playing is Superstar, also known as Garrett Stearns, a out and about superhero who also goes by he, him. Uh, the thing, there's a couple, but they're related. I liked when we were able to describe um, the base and like really establish that it was like stuck in like the 60s, like this is the mid to late 60s, like wood paneling and shag carpets and all that stuff. And the other thing I liked was I sort of described my mentor slash father, Albert Stearns, Dr. Albert Stearns, as being pretty cool, and he was being kind of a jerk. And I don't know why. We had a really good relationship up until now, and I don't know what's going on. So that's interesting.
Awesome. Thanks. Let's go with Sunshine.
Hi, I'm Adam. He, him. I'm playing Sunshine, the star larva outsider to newcomer here to planet Earth. Let me see. From the last session, um, I really enjoyed that kind of last battle where we ran into Carbine, the villainess, the kind of high tech thing. I remember Sunshine tried to take over one of the like mech suits that they were wearing
Yeah.
with his um, tech manipulation style powers, and then he got like totally rejected. It was like I think it was like the worst roll that I did the evening. I rolled like a 3. It was awful, but I got I made it to where my character got a condition. Was it a condition? Is that the word? Um, where he was afraid afterwards. So he's like in kind of a frightful state that he's trying to deal with these emotions. Yeah, yeah, it was a fun game.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed that moment.
And cool. And let's finish up with Chaosis.
My name is Heath, playing Chaosis. Goes by he, him. And I just liked narratively how fortuitous it was that I rolled really well. So like his powers went really great last time because I feel like that just sets up. He already had this insecurity and there's this whole air of danger about him because his powers are random, and that's what's got some bad blood between him and Jules because he totally was part of wiping out her farm. And so it's kind of a neat stuff. It's like, hey man, everything went great. Maybe I have control of my powers, which inevitably I would think with rolling random dice is going to go badly
Probably
at some point.
go south.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Awesome. So we ended up when you all were celebrating at the Super Spot, Superstars, invisible 50th floor penthouse superhero 60s hangout, and I had some questions about how you conceived what that was like. Are you all living there, or since the farm blew up, or is there another arrangement?
Mm.
Do you have homes otherwise?
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's a
don't
good question.
I don't live there, although I stay there overnight a lot.
Yeah.
We have like a house, a big house.
Right. I mean, I guess if we don't live there, we would have jobs and have to pay rent elsewhere, right? Because I mean, me and Jules are on our own. Sunshine.
Yeah. So maybe you and Jules are crashing there while
Yeah.
while shit
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
together.
I like the idea of couch surfing at the superhero headquarters.
Nice.
Yeah, totally fine.
What about Chaosis?
Yeah, I feel like living there as well in that, just because I kind of feel like in this world, and this is totally me making this up, but
Yeah.
I sort of feel like a lot of times, especially being teen heroes, I imagine it's a lot of the organizations that probably want to keep an eye on you, and there's a lot of training involved, and a lot of, you don't want powers just hormonal teenagers just out in the world with powers going willy nilly. So I kind of feel like it's almost like a dorm situation.
Yeah.
A lot of times, not mandatory
cool.
or anything, but they probably like for us teen heroes to reside in an official kind of place.
Yeah, I actually have some further questions for Chaos about. So you got your powers from an interdimensional being in a dream, right?
This is correct.
Do you have a family otherwise, or did you? What was your life like before you got your powers?
Yes, I live with an only child, but I live with my mom and dad, and I mean my home life was a good home life. I think I was I was sick a lot as a small child, so I ended up spending a lot of time at home, and not being able to go to public schools and stuff. So I think that's what's sort of made me a very insular individual. It's not that I don't like people, but I just spent so much of my childhood sort of isolated.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then when this all came about, that's why I think, again, while they don't mandate you must go live on a hero home or whatever, I was okay with that because I got, I'm a bit scared of, I've seen my powers go wrong. And I definitely don't want to endanger my family or anyone. I'm like, yeah, it's probably best that I live in a sort of a monitored situation with like freaks.
Nice. Do you keep in touch with your family at all?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
how often?
No, we're good.
All the time? We're all good.
Yeah. I'd say I at least once a week.
Cool. Sweet. So y'all were partying at the Super Spot, and let's say you went hard as you went, and everyone wakes up there the next morning. I'm gonna say it's Sunday, so we don't jump right back into school and have a little bit of time to recover. What does morning look for y'all at the Super Spot?
I love the fact that it has one of those waffle makers.
Mm. Yeah, it's got like a continental breakfast setup, like a hotel would, with like little cereal things and waffle maker.
The waffle maker's star shaped.
Nice.
I don't tell them this, but usually I wake up a little bit earlier than everyone else to set up what looks like a catered continental breakfast.
We think it's part of it.
Yeah, I just don't. We can't order food. Like, this is a secret there, and there's a limit to how much we can get away with. So we can get food in and out, but like ordering food, it's a whole thing.
Right.
What's Sunshine up to?
I think Sunshine just kind of observes people making their breakfasts and is trying to like decide what is. I like to think he's maybe like a month old as a person, as a human.
Right.
So like even some of his other habits tend to be a little doggish. You know what I mean? Just in general. Like he'll forget to wear clothes.
Often.
Shit like often. Yeah. Go for a few days without bathing. That kind of shit. Sleeps at the foot of the bed of Jules' bed every once in a while, just out of habit.
Nice.
Does Sunshine, I mean, being a star person in human form, I don't know exactly what your powers. Does that mean you're actually human or you just appear human? Like, do you, for example, you said you're not into habit of bathing every day, like, do you develop body odor, or is that not something you have to worry about as a star person in human form?
Yeah, I think because that he's metamorphic in that he'll like choose a stage and stick with it. I like to think that he might be learning as he goes as far as how to like achieve being like a person. But I think he's trying to be as close to a human as he can be.
Stinky.
I was gonna say, so maybe he's noticed.
If
Maybe
he's noticed
oh,
other
sorry.
people smelling,
Like,
he's like, yeah, I want to smell
Squeeze out some
too.
stink.
Yeah, you know. Like the first time he heard Jules fart or whatever, he's just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
figure he's probably
just
picked
like-
up the pattern.
Where did that come out?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
noticed you humans start to smell after several days of not bathing, so I
Yeah,
guess I will
totally.
do the same.
Oh no. It's just
Yeah.
like a bad game of telephone too, because Jules was raised very homeschooly cult farm.
Yeah, right.
You're just not getting great information.
Yeah.
Speaking of the farm, Jules, do you have, or Jules and or Sunshine, do you have cell phones? Are you in contact with cousin Wendell at all since the farm was tragically destroyed in the attack from the White Hand?
Hmm.
I think Wendell is probably rebuilding, so.
I was
Okay,
getting the
cool.
impression that I didn't know if Wendell was okay
Oh,
or not, and it wasn't
awesome.
in contact. I don't know that I have a cell phone, but
Beautiful.
I'm open
perfect.
to.
Yeah, I like to think Sunshine was pretty, like I said, being a dog for as long as he was, like he didn't really get into that stuff. But like now, he's probably like really consuming a lot of media. So he himself is probably like, I'd like a phone. I'd like to get some of this. These things.
It's a big responsibility, Sunshine.
Yeah,
I
actually,
heard
when
people
we were
could-
talking about like rent. I was just like, maybe he does want to get a stupid job at a kiosk during the day where he's just trying to make a little bit of extra.
I think
scratch, you know.
Jules does want a job because she wants to be able to threaten to leave every time she fights with chaoses.
Nice.
Awesome. Cool. So you all had a big day yesterday. What's on your agenda today?
I would definitely like to just make sure we're not being monitored from outside. So I do spend some more time as a pigeon and
Mhm.
flying around the building, just kind of keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I think the super spot has it's the 51st floor or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's got that invisibility cloaking field or whatever. So I think you, as far as everyone knows, you're pretty safe, and I think Superstar is pretty confident that security has not been breached at all.
Okay, cool.
What about everyone else?
So the last thing we heard about what happened yesterday, we talked to an agent.
Viviana? Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
And she gave us the kind of the rundown on Caliber and how she went rogue because she's got a real mad on for superheroes or supers in general.
Yeah, and she said she would do some looking into it and see what she can turn up with and get back in touch with you.
We did get a data pad from your dad, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did. I kind
Oh,
of.
that's right. That's
We all
right.
ignored it and started partying.
I
Yeah,
got it.
actually, yeah, I remember Mark like focusing in on it right at the end of the
Right.
game.
And there's like,
We were like, no, over here.
Yeah, totally.
I'm gonna
like
draw
someone
stuff
left
on Sunshine's face.
drinks on it, and
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
I think I like Jules is at least curious, is still kind of
Totally.
trying to hunt down the White Hand and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so this is some so you're able to like Superstar just like puts his finger or hand or whatever, it pops up because it was addressed to him by his dad, and yeah, it comes up with a dossier of information about the White Hand, which basically says that they are some basically like contractor group of paramilitary dudes that hire themselves out, not intrinsically bad or anything, but they will work for whoever pays them, and if someone bad pays them, they will do their work for them. There's no indication of like any sort of baked in anti-super sentiment with the White Hand. but they have gone after low level supers before with varied results, and yeah, there's all of their transactions, all their employers, like unless they were part of the like send a message from the Sinister Four or whatever, they're very good at securing their means of funding.
I gotcha. So we're kind of like paramilitary Pinkertons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And there's as far as your dad's research goes, there's been no connection before with the White Hand and Caliber. She seems to be a new addition, or she had been a secret previously.
Wait, who's Caliber again?
The lady we fought.
I thought that was Carbine.
Carbine, sorry, yeah. One of those C
Okay.
words.
We could give her a nickname.
Apparently we're
No,
calling
that's my
Caliber now.
name.
Yeah, Caliber.
Yeah, the lady you stuck to the wall with the green goo.
Concubine?
Nope, that's not it.
No.
Cow pie, yeah.
Caliban?
Calamine. Isn't that like a
Caliban.
lotion? That's a lotion.
Calamine. Chamomile.
Yeah, chamomile.
Nice.
Cool. So what's
Yeah.
your next move?
So we know who these cats are.
Mhm.
I guess it sounds like what we need to learn is who hired these guys. These are mercenaries. These guys didn't have an agenda. They were doing somebody else's dirty work.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to follow that trail.
So how do we follow that trail?
It might have been
Maybe
Carbine who hired them.
Oh.
She might like they, she's sort of like hired them to do what she wants, and they don't really care about the supers thing at all. Like they're not ideologically tied to it, but the money was good enough that they're doing it. But that means that she had to somehow go from being what's the name of the
Aegis.
Aegis.
Right, Aegis. She had to be go from being an Aegis agent, which doesn't pay super great, not enough to hire this, to having that much money. Maybe there's some investigation we can do with my detective skills to find out where she may have gotten this funding from.
Yeah. What trees do you want to shake?
Cousin Wendell always said, if you follow the tree, you're going to find the root.
He's not wrong.
Good old cousin Wendell.
Oh, Cousin Wendell.
Time to do. I think we need to start with computer stuff.
Nice.
It's gonna be tough though, because I have to basically track illegal black market kind of money transfers by people who don't want to be found. So that's not gonna work.
Can we give you like a boost to like a roll or something, like an investigation?
It seems like, so Mark, you may or may not agree with me here. There are some things that are just impossible for like a character to do. And to say like, well, let's roll and see if it happens.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of that. It's like, well, if I got lucky, then I can do this thing that there's no way I'd be able to do.
Sure.
In a fight or something, I think that's fine because anybody has a chance kind of pulling something off. It's not true, but let's just pretend. When it's like tracking financial statements with nothing to go on other than like the receiver, I don't think that's doable.
Yeah, and basically the mechanics tie into the fiction. So like that's why I asked like, how are you going to do it? Like, I'm going to look them up in the yellow pages. We're not going to bother rolling. Or like, I'm going to ask the guy I know that works with them. Like you don't need to roll for that either, but if you find a way to like pull a thread, then yeah, sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
Do we know who like Carbine's real name?
Yes, her name as you got from Viviana is
yes,
Jessica Miles.
Yes. That's where we'll start. We need to start with her and see if we can track her like employment record or track where she moved or where she went to after leaving Aegis. I think that's doable.
Yeah.
Especially with like access to those types of resources of like, because you can do that now. Like you can spend $50 online.
Totally.
bunch of stuff. On
Yeah, you don't even need to roll for that. That's a like you can find her. She was Aegis is a secret agency, but they still have a PR department, and sometimes if their agents go rogue or whatever, they'll release a press statement saying like, "Hey, Ms. Miles was an agent of Aegis. She is no longer with us. If something turns up with her name, no, it is not connected to Aegis."
Gotcha.
And so she of course does not have a PR person. So when she left Aegis a couple years ago, and there was one of those like, here is someone known as Carbine. Here's her name. If she turns up, she's not with us.
Okay. So yeah, let's see if we can kind of track down her movements after leaving.
Yeah.
She's probably got family or known associates, maybe.
Known associates might be good.
LinkedIn.com.
Super LinkedIn.
Yeah, right.
Do you want to shake down your contact at Aegis about that? I don't know if she has any.
I know they were also looking at that tech that we found, and we're going to tell
Yeah.
us some information about that too.
They may have worked overnight on that.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking another possible avenue, if we're looking for threads to pull, was like, so we know they have that weird power EMP tech, which seems to be new. I wonder if that's got a unique enough signature that that's something you might be able to trace, like where they've been testing that or find.
Or
Yeah.
in the news, if we notice there's any occurrences of loss of power, loss of powers. It sounds like it's either like you lose power or it takes away a superpower. So I wonder if we could also search news for weird stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Cool. Superstar, just give me a 2d6 roll so I can get a flavor.
I got a 6. That's a partial success.
I
thought it was
7 and 9 is partial
7
success.
is okay.
Great. Mark potential while we're here.
Well, unless one of us could possibly pull a team point to help him out.
That's only for when you are engaged with an enemy,
Gotcha.
unfortunately.
Google is the enemy.
Google is the enemy.
Hey, I maxed out my potential here.
Sweet.
Oh, you get
a
to
new- yeah,
advance.
get a power or something. Sweet. So, and we'll do that at the end of the session so we can get everyone on that.
Okay.
Sweet. So, what can you tell me specifically what string you were pulling to do that research?
I was going to start with the employment record in the research, see if I could find out where employment and location, which I think are kind of tied together.
Yeah. So she was in the military or whatever. She got recruited by Aegis for her effectiveness, not necessarily her precision. Well, not her personality.
Gotcha.
And then she went into Aegis. That's a black time. She left Aegis, and there's really not a lot of record outside of that. As you are doing your looking into the Aegis employment records and whatnot, you get a ding 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 from Viviana, your contact at Aegis. She's like, seems like Jared, you've been poking around, looking for information on Carbine.
I mean, just basic internet searches. I paid some money to track her movements, see if I can figure out where she was and how she ended up back here.
Yeah. So I hate to do this. One of the guys in external affairs got flagged, knowing that you were doing research on a former Aegis agent. Okay. And I'm not supposed to tell you this, but also she's a subject of an open investigation.
Okay.
Which I did not know until just now. And I had to pull a couple strings, but you're welcome. Your secret base is still attached to the top of your building. I'm just going to ask you for now. We have a team
Okay, I get
working
it.
on this. It's not a top priority. I'm sorry. Like I put in requests. There's a lot of things going on. It's not a top priority. They are on it. I will get back to you as soon as I find out anything. Just be more careful. All right.
Okay, all right.
Awesome. Cool. What next?
Well, I have another idea, but I'm gonna hand over to. There were some other folks who had ideas too, so I'll hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
This is not my area of specialty. Information gathering is not usually my thing. I'm happy to help in any way needed.
Jules said something that tickled. I can't remember what it was. I was like,
looking for the news.
Oh yeah, the news things we did.
Or
that
like
The
day.
effects of this weapon.
Yeah. Why don't we have a 2d6 roll from you, just so I can see
Yep, that's
what our
me.
disposition is there.
Detective extraordinaire.
Super punchy detective.
Super punch. Just rolling with
Just 2d6 is fine.
2D.
Straight up.
None of my. I rolled a 5.
Wow.
Awesome.
Great.
Mark potential.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually, so you don't find specific stories about anything, but you are, you've used the internet before. You are savvy enough to see that supers have gone missing in the last couple years. But you have to do a little bit more digging. Like, not only have they disappeared, but like their, recent news stories and their, blog articles from the Hall of Justice or whatever have been kind of wiped. So it's really difficult to tell who, when, or where. But there's been a definite like pattern of, a super disappearing every couple months.
Jesus.
And mostly adolescents or young adults.
Ooh,
I don't like this.
a little like it.
No.
Sunshine, Chaosis, any leads?
Are there places in the city that have high density supers? Like, are supers common enough to have like a super demographic?
Yeah, there's like insurance agencies that give super insurance for downtown fights and cleanup crews, special super cops. So it's definitely a feature of the city.
Okay. But so, all right. This is just my thinking here.
Go for it.
It sounds like these guys are gearing up to screw over as many supers as they can. So if I was going to screw over as many supers as I can, I would try to find places where there's bunches of supers, particularly supers who don't agree with the way I think supers should be handled.
I think you're right, but we don't know when that would happen. We can't just hang around.
But it would be a point of interest for them, so they might have agents in those points of interest.
Okay.
Can
People
you
trying to gather information.
So if
What
there
would
was
I
like
do?
a big giant super festival.
Exactly.
Super ratio.
Or
super
like
parade?
like some sort of protest, like big functions, stuff like that. Places where people of a certain mindset are going to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there stuff like that?
Well, I mean, there's charity events for sure where super.
Yeah.
Or we could make one.
That we could do that too.
Crowdfunding for lost supers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam.
Go ahead.
Give me a 2d6 roll and see
right.
see if you can find
happens.
anything.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
All right. Mark
Just
potential.
outdoing each other with the rolls. Each roll.
Keep going down.
We'll flip around again and start going.
Yeah, totally.
Have to.
Awesome. Yeah, so there are a handful of anti-super organizations. They're not well funded or large, but there's always crackpots on the street, much like people protesting today.
Right.
Who they're never superpowered people protesting. They are your average citizens, which are 99.5% of the population, who for some reason or other, whether their business was destroyed in a downtown, or their mother was killed by a super accidentally or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
There's it's a small undercurrent. I don't think there's not a groundswell of any activity recently.
Right.
And you find human media still difficult to navigate. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
Totally gets most of his stuff from like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, certainly they're going to go to like a sporting event and blow everybody up, right?
Look, there's this big protest, and there's a senator trying to shut down all these super. Like that's X-Men. That's not a documentary. Cool. Chaosis, any ideas?
Yeah, I think I would have delved into my I think by spending time here, I've probably learned how to use his supercomputers and such.
Yeah.
I feel Chaos is pretty tech savvy. So
Yeah.
my idea was, I know exactly where I set off that EMP outside. So if I could look for what I presume would be a pretty unique signature of some kind within some spectrum,
Oh,
and then be able to take that and look for those elsewhere around the city to see if any other of these EMP devices had been set off anywhere around the city.
interesting. Yeah. Do you have what's the question I wanted to ask? Do you feel like you are tech savvy enough to access some sort of not traffic cameras, but superhero traffic cameras, basically, like the city's surveillance system? Or do you feel like you might want to tap into your chaos powers to make the computers act a little different for you?
That's a good question, because I kind of feel both, but I lean more towards my powers, because that's easier. That's easier than talking to Superstar and being like, "Hey, Superstar, do you have this particular kind of frequency spectrum analyzer?"
Easier than talking.
I mean, I don't want to have to explain it all. I'm just it's easier to just tap into my powers.
That's our Chaosis.
That's a teenager and Chaosis. I don't want to talk about it.
And then I can do it myself, and I don't have to involve somebody else, and it's a whole thing, man.
Awesome, great. This is going to be unleashing your powers, because this is something that you had ever thought to do before.
Oh no.
I think so. This is going to be rolling plus freak. So you've got a +2. I think.
So because of the way my powers work, could I everything I do, I have to do the thing where I generate burn first, right?
No. This is just your your standard chaos power. The burn is for doing those big hits. And because of the move we did at the end of last game, you have another +1, so you're gonna be rolling 2d6.
Well, the reason I ask is because I could also use my overcharge power, which lets me spend 2 burn to take a 10+ when I unleash my powers.
That's true. You could do that. Do you want to?
I feel like in a situation like this, I could do that because it's very controlled and I know what I'm doing, and so it's not taking me by surprise. I'm like,
some good waffles.
Here, let me just I eat an extra waffle. I overcharge my stomach with waffles.
Whoa.
And so just I have to roll.
Yeah. So do you want?
I don't have any conditions.
Powers?
Yeah, I'm gonna charge it up.
Okay.
So that's just 2d6 because I don't have any conditions. I got an 11, so that is.
Wow.
All right.
We got all the bad rolls.
I have 3 burn.
3 burn.
And I blow 2 of it to overcharge.
Boom.
Which then gives me a 10+ when I unleash my powers.
Sweet. Perfect. Tell me what Chaosis looks like when he is using his chaos sorcery to get information over the internet.
Oh,
Well, I
no.
feel like, you know,
Bing,
he,
bing, bing.
he pulls up, you know, again, the thought process I already kind of explained. He pulls up Google Maps, starts looking around, and he's about to, you know, start asking about what kind of spectrum analysis we have and what, you know, what spectrums we can scan that might see this. And finally he's like, no, forget that. Just channels, you know, overcharged, and puts his hand on the computer, and the kind of, it's sort of like a purple glow with green lightning around it that's sort of enveloping him, that sort of then goes into the computer and charges up the screen and starts the little green, the whole map kind of glows purple, and then green lightning starts zipping all around the map. Presumably, if it hits one of these pockets, that he, again, because he knows where he set one off, so he knows he can use that as a source.
Yeah.
And as it zips through the city, if it hits any other pockets like that, it'll a green glow will like make a little green orb on the map. of
Yeah, I'm gonna
where-
say like the screen even like sort of blows out, so you have this sort of like holographic sphere around
yeah,
you
totally.
that you can be like, cool, like, and y'all are seeing this.
Yeah,
Jules
totally.
is upset.
This is like 3D IMAX Google Maps now.
Yeah, it's like 4D actually, because you're like,
Yeah.
cool, there's my thing, and you know you're using your chaos sorcery to sort of spin it around and all that, and you realize you can scrub back and forth through time as well, so you can look
Sure.
at the Google map from previous and
Well, absolutely necessary, 'cause I'll need to know when that was set off.
exactly,
And I had to scroll
And-
back in time to see my thing when it was set off.
exactly, that's what tipped you off to it. So, and you notice the sort of threads that connect that go back, and you knowing what Jules had said, she's like, oh, you know, supers have disappeared before, so you use the stuff that she figured out to scrub back, and you can see that there were sort of larger and larger blips of this across the city as time went forward. And so you have you've got a dozen locations that have occurred over the last couple of years.
And I
Do
feel
those,
like as I sort of, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say, I feel like as I'm sort of parsing all this and putting it all together, what you just said, Mark, I start rambling it out to them fairly quickly because my brain's moving very quick, trying to relate it to them, but it's probably very fast and hard to follow.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, yes. As we scrub through time, we'll see that the explosions, the EMPs have increased over time, and there's at least 12 locations around the city, and that's where they might have disappeared.
Yeah, can we overlay that with where some supers may have gone missing? I'm sure a lot of them we don't have any data, but even if we have a few, like that might be really useful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Chaos is able to put together a pretty coherent picture of disappearances and those blasts, and giving the cross references.
So we do have some overlap.
Yeah, definitely. Chaos, what is a landmark or business that is the most recent hit? Probably like 2 months ago.
Around the Super Needle.
Super Needle, great. What does the Super Needle look like?
Well, it was kind of one of the first monuments erected in honor of supers who had lost their lives defending the city.
Nice.
And so it had kind of as a big round base, and that's where the majority of the actual like building is, with exhibits and just kind of like almost like a strip mall, an indoor strip mall. And then from the round base, it tapers up into a very, very thin, sharp needle that rises far into the sky, with a beacon on top that shines straight up, that actually goes out past the Earth's atmosphere.
Superstar, you probably know from your dad telling stories, who was the first hero to fall in battle in the history of Halcyon City, probably like 80 years ago.
Yeah, let me think. I want to have a good name, but I don't want it to just be Superman, because that let's shake it up from what we would normally see as like an early superhero. It's a superhero called Lore Master, who was his. Oh no, I'm going to go big with this. Now I think about it. He had the ability to, by reading something out loud from a piece of lore or mythology, he could turn himself into that figure from history. So he could like turn into Gilgamesh or
Nice.
Rasputin or whatever. He would like read something about them and would be able to turn into him. But he was killed, in battle against a super villain team that basically outsmarted him. And caught him when he was alone, not looking for any superpower fights or anything, and they just caught him and killed him while he was in human form.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, they silenced him. They silenced him by cutting his throat.
Oh shit.
Go for it.
Cool. And at the top of the spire, there's like a gilded statue of Lore Master at the very top. Cool. Awesome. What's your next move? You still have a burn if you want to use it for something. I don't know.
Should I go outside while you
Waffle.
No,
I was gonna say it's probably
So-
waffle related because I'm
waffles?
Yeah, or you can just let it go.
I
just I was like,
One more piece of research I want to do.
Mhm.
I want to see if there's any supervillains or even heroes who would have a similar point of view as what we saw Carbine
Mm.
say, to maybe, or even or a group that maybe, to use a term that is very common right now, is to radicalize
Right.
who's already like leaning in that direction.
Mhm.
And this time I don't have to go online for it. This is all just like cloud stored information that
Yeah.
dad updates every once in a while.
Oh, I was gonna put out a Craigslist ad or something. Looking for someone who shares my views.
Yeah, there's let's see, citizens against super powered exceptional R Casper.
Yeah, your way is way better.
by the way, I do think due to the sort of nature of my powers, what just happened was a little too straightforward. So I think we will probably come to find out
No.
that in every one of those locations, there's now some kind of topiary.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, so there's a a non-powered group. It's probably the biggest of the not supersized groups, called Casper, and they're basically non-powered citizens. Like, life is dangerous for everyone here. It's an exciting place to live, and so they're calling for more regulations, maybe some sort of program to get superheroes spread out outside of the city, because there's a lot of supers here per capita as opposed to anywhere else. Yeah, and they occasionally show up and have little rallies and stuff, but there's no like direct action as far as you know.
Okay, I'll put that in my back pocket.
Yeah. Cool. What would you like? It's probably afternoon now. Get some lunch.
Yeah, we can investigate this. The
Why
most.
don't we just go have lunch at the Needle? Look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, go have lunch at the Needle. Great.
Yeah, just to
idea.
have a little spinny part of the top where you can be in the restaurant. Well, I guess that'd be really
Inside
tiny.
inside the Lore
Yeah.
Master.
Yeah, totally.
The whole
I
big
think it's
bottom
the-
base spin.
The
which is kinda
bottom,
pointless
yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
it's the bottom, but
Yeah, there
Yeah,
we
I think actually it is like there's like the bottom sort of chamfered part like that, and it is like a big spinning bottom that you go into, and then has shops and restaurants and whatnot. It's a big spinning ball at the bottom.
Great.
Turntable.
do we need to correlate in any way? So we know this location was where something happened, but
Yeah.
I also have a time frame. Like, so obviously we'll need to figure
About
out
2 months ago. Yeah.
like what was if something specific was happening at the Super Needle at that
Oh,
time
yeah.
period that this happened.
Yeah, and I think this plays into the stuff that Jules tracked down. There is nothing exceptional happening, but it is a conspicuous lack of information about what was happening around that time.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yep, you got to look for the pages that are missing. Sometimes cousin Wendell would let me borrow a book, and I noticed there were some pages missing, and those were the most important pages. That's
Those are
how I
like the-
learned about sex.
Yay.
It's an important way to research. Off to the
cool,
needle.
Cut to the needle, and I think you find the spot because indeed there is a topiary animal there. Chaosis, what is the animal that is sprung up?
Big giraffe.
Giraffe. Great.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
It matches the
There's-
needle kind of the neck and next to the needle. It's very.
There's the
that's what
chaos we know.
it sticks out like brushing the top of the mall area there.
Nice.
And yeah, there is nearby there a themed restaurant. Sunshine, what's the themed restaurant?
Oh, Sunshine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
Golden Age Heroes.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, it's like a hard, it's
Oh.
like a Hard Rock Cafe only for superheroes.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I hear they have Lore Master's original cape in there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, totally.
What was it called in Golden Age?
Just Golden Age Cafe.
Golden Age Cafe, perfect. Yeah, and they've got the like sort of not like they wouldn't have like Captain America's shield up there like $1 billion of vibranium saying, but they have like,
Dude.
oh, here's a newspaper from the day that this supergroup was formed. Here's the cape
Oh,
from the
okay.
Lore Master and all that stuff. So they have like
Right. There's no
memorabilia, but-
Mjolnirs laying
yeah.
around.
Like,
Yeah.
Nothing
here's this
useful.
super alien guy.
Yeah.
Nothing useful.
Yeah. Great. And of course they're used to, there are waiters and waitresses, wait staff, dressed up as superheroes, but there's no actual powered people working there. But
Nice.
occasionally they do, superpowered people do come in, and they don't make a big deal about it. It's like, cool, yeah, awesome. We'll get your table over here.
Do
Yeah,
they make a
that-
big deal out of the protege showing up of
Oh,
Superstar?
actually, no, that's true. That's a good point. They probably do, because you've got a little bit more intentional social status. And I think your server, the host brings you over, and you see one waiter's coming, and someone else sort of like cuts them off, and he's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Is it okay if I call you Mr. Stearns, or would you like can I
Jared.
Jared, really?
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, I'm Max. Thanks. Oh,
Hey.
wow, this is great. I'm sorry. This is my section. I just was wondering if you could just can I just get an autograph? This is
Yeah, sure.
this is
yeah.
great. I've been a fan of yours since you were like a kid, and
Yeah.
it's really. I mean, you're still kind of. I mean, no offense.
No, I'm still young, obviously, but yeah,
is-
it was way different back then. I was much goofier.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's
Yeah.
you're a little bit bigger than I thought you'd be in person.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've shot up a couple inches in the last few years, so
Yeah. Do you get like is this weird? Do you get growing pains? Like I don't know how
Oh, yeah.
superpowers work.
yeah, no, it sucks.
Like
It's like everybody else. That part's the same.
Like the bug transformation, does that help at all? Like oh,
No.
my shins hurt. I transfer into a praying mantis.
No,
I
because
don't
I still
know.
gotta go back to normal at some point.
Oh wow. I guess that is kind of wow. That's anyway. I'm sorry for taking every time.
it's
Julie's gonna be your server. This is really cool. And these are your friends.
Yes, we're part of a team. No name yet. We're just working
Oh.
on some stuff together, trying to get something going.
Oh, so
Fuck,
I'm
it
kind of
sounds like
the
we're
first to
talking
hear
about a
about
band. It's so funny.
Feel
We're gonna
free
do
to
a
submit your
podcast.
name, Max.
Yeah.
for the team. Oh, no, not to join the team.
Oh, submit your name for the team name. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
How about just the superstars? I think that's great,
Nah,
right?
it's a little. No, I can't.
Kind of like Bon Jovi.
Superstars and the other stars.
Yeah, we could each have superstar before our name. Like I
The
could be
All-Stars.
Superstar Jules and
Right.
Superstar Sunshine and
Superstar All Stars.
And
I
then
love
Oh,
just,
that, yeah.
16th star.
and then what is Jared Superstar?
Yeah, that is the end of the joke. Yeah.
Guess so. Hey, thanks, man. it's always great to meet people who appreciate what I do.
Cool. It's nice meeting all of you. Then we'll see you around, or we can hang out. Something. I'll just be around. That's
right.
cool. And he like goes off to another table, like shows another waitress, like hey, check it out, I got Superstars.
I wonder if we'll get a free dessert.
Maybe we should say it's somebody's birthday.
I could buy everybody's food here. No,
You're a star larva, isn't it? Your birthday every day if you want it to be.
Yeah.
If
It
you want
sure is.
We could get you a cake.
can
He's
have
an
a
actual star.
just tell me if you want a cake.
Yeah, but they won't like it's funnier if we say it's his birthday.
Yeah, make a big deal out of you. It's pretty
Yeah.
great.
They'll do the song.
Cool. What are you up to now?
We eat food.
Yeah.
So we're having lunch.
We can
I guess.
probably skip through the eating part.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely just once again, TV sort of rules how I view things. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing a lot of like room scanning, looking for people that look this shady, and, that kind of stuff.
I keep being like, don't stare at people. Stop staring.
No, I'm watching that guy right there. He's got something going on.
It's just a waiter. That's just a waiter.
That's his
Whoever
thing.
stops
Yeah, he's-
looking at him first is the loser.
He's dressed like Dr. Minotaur. That's why he looks shady.
Jared.
Why would Dr.
His name's
Minotaur be serving iced tea?
His name's Asterius. You get it?
Maybe Jared should ask his new friend if he was working here a couple of months ago and if he remembers anything weird going down.
Oh, Chaos is a great idea. Fantastic. Let me call him over.
Cool. Yeah, and like Julie's like rolls her eyes, like goes over and gets Mask, and he sort of puts his tray on the table he's serving and comes over. Like, yeah,
I like him.
What's up?
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How long you been working here?
Yeah, like God, feels like forever. A couple years, I guess.
Okay. Did you happen to be working? I know maybe you don't know this off the top of your head. A couple months ago in March 10th. Anytime during that day.
No, I think I was sick. I think I was sick then. Tell you what, I'm gonna give you I'm sorry, I have to get back to my table. I have to.
No.
How about I give you a gift certificate and you can come back and get stuff anytime.
really-
Yeah,
And
we
just,
would love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Damn the gift certificate.
Can I get an application? I'm looking for a job.
You have
yeah,
the job.
sure.
Oh, this would be
Yeah.
a great place to work. It looks really
didn't have to-
fun.
Sign like a W-4. Cool.
Jules, what superhero is Max dressed up as? Like a classic superhero from Halcyon City.
Oh, the Devilinator. He's got like it looks like a Halloween devil outfit.
Nice.
Devilinator.
I love
Devil.
that.
The Devilinator.
Yeah, so he signs the thing. He's like, "This is great. I can't talk to you guys anymore. I get off in a couple hours, so I've got to finish up my shift by," and kind of walks away.
Suspicious.
Something.
I got an idea, guys.
When
there any
you look at the gift certificate,
Yeah.
it says, meet me outside after at 6:15 after I get off.
It's not a real gift certificate.
It's sadly not.
I will give you whatever value you want.
It's not the same when you just give us stuff. We like earning it.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think that maybe I can help you actually earn some money. I'll have to work on it though.
I don't really
So you
think
don't
getting
feel
a
like you're
gift
sponging off me. I get it.
and I don't think getting a gift certificate counts as earning it.
You're just mad, Chaos, because you didn't get a gift certificate from Max.
I'm
It's
mad that
okay
I
to-
didn't get a gift certificate.
No, he got you. He got
He
you.
got
guys.
us.
He got you.
Trick.
Good.
The
Okay,
Devilinator strikes again.
Devilinator.
Later.
let's wrap it up here. We'll go do some investigation. Maybe Cassis can pull some more interesting facts or data, because I don't think any of us can. And then we'll meet this guy after we're done.
I got a
Sunshine.
hit. So I want to find there's security cameras around this joint. I take it, right?
Yeah.
I would like to find like one of those security cameras, one that I can kind of be relatively easy to access.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh,
to stretch up to the guy.
Yeah.
And then I want to try to turn it into a rewind machine to where I want to find the area where whatever was supposed to have happened.
Cool.
No. Fuck that. I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I want to zap into one of those things. And what I want to try to do is turn it into sort of tap into the surveillance system and create sort of a TV that's in like rewind mode. So we're just kind of like watching stuff that's going on, and I want to try to get to that day and
You know, I like
be
scrub
able
back
to
to
see
it.
and be able to see what happened.
Cool. Let's go for it. What do you got there? Outsider is alien tech rolling plus freak.
So we're like out in the atrium trying to
Yeah.
Yeah,
trying to
like-
do stuff in
totally.
the corner.
Yeah.
totally.
Is Jules making a distraction for you while you do that?
Well, I mean, I've got all this kind of like
I'm the darkest
shape-changey,
topiary
camouflagey
ever.
stuff. You know what I
Hey.
mean? So like, I like to think that I could basically like just turn into like a part of the camera with like a cable that comes down to somebody that's like a
Oh, so you're like
view screen. Like I could turn
morphing
into, like,
the wall and creeping up
morphing
kind
into
of
the
like.
wall and just you guys just like, oh, okay, cool, you know.
Just
Nice.
another big screen TV showing.
Totally,
stuff.
just telling everybody what's going on.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Totally.
I like that.
Cool. Yeah. Let's see it.
I rolled a 6.
Plus freak is 0.
Freak
Yeah.
is 0.
Okay. Let's see. How does this work?
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you are able to morph and do the thing. So it does work. You are able to sort of tap into the security camera system and kind of get back, and you have a screen that shows everything that's going on, and you can scrub back. And if you scrub back to that day, the cameras show just people walking around, but you can tell it's been looped. So it's like the shadows kind of jump back, and as you're doing that, it goes back more and more and more, and you feel yourself kind of thinking more doggy thoughts, and your sort of hold on your morph gets a little bit more tenuous, and you kind of like snap back into what kind of dog were you before?
I like to think he was kind of like a big fuzzy like terrier, just kind of
Yeah.
shaggy and full of
So you snap
spiky
back
hair.
into your dog form.
Oh.
So it's like
And-
as he was rewinding through the video, he lost himself and started rewinding himself.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've got a treat for him.
I'm going to remain in dog form for a while too. After
Yes,
this.
you are.
Very cozy with this. Oh, I see.
Good boy.
Does this happen a lot?
Yeah. Mm.
Because you
Like it depends. Like in Sunshine's lifetime, a lot is kind of an interesting word.
well, since you've known him.
He doesn't usually go backwards.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a treat.
Can I talk, or am I in bark mode too?
Were you able to talk as a dog?
No.
Yeah, then you're in bark mode.
It's just that he's only
Cool.
been a human for a month, and I've never been really sure if it was going to take.
Right. Okay. Well. All right. Well, good thinking ahead, I guess.
And he also still likes the treats.
I mean, I think we've all tried dog treats.
They're pretty good. You want?
I'm already nosing at Jules's pocket right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Asus, have you tried dog treats?
No. What do you mean we've all tried? That's like everybody generally tries dog treats?
Yeah, I would think that everybody sooner or later tries at least not the wet ones, but the dry ones, like the bones.
Yeah, they're like weird biscuit cookies.
Yeah, you need a lot of water.
Yeah.
You do need
Sausages?
a lot of water.
Well,
I'm good.
well, You got to try one.
You should try one.
You got to now.
Oh well, yeah. You
You have to.
I'm freaking out if you've got one out. Just so you know.
Give one to the dog.
here you go.
Lots of tail wagging, lots of muttering. Yep.
Yeah, you have to eat one or not. We're not moving forward with the mission.
Right. Can I use my new dogness to try to like?
Fine,
there's
fine.
nothing.
I think Superstar, do you want to try to compel him to do that, or try to?
Actually, yeah, why not? Let's do
Oh
that.
wait, yeah. I'm supposed to be trying to like encourage him to do bad things too.
Yeah, Superstar. Roll plus
Superstar should do it.
superior.
All right.
And I think do you have a bonus against him?
I believe I do.
Yes, you do.
I have influence over. Okay. I got a 9.
Ooh,
Nice.
Made
Um,
these.
that does look tasty.
I made these myself. You can, yeah.
So if you do it, we will give you a bonus point on your team pool, and if you don't do it, you'll mark a condition. So it's still your choice whether you do it or not.
I'm totally doing it. I'm just this one. I'm just like whatever. Give me a damn dog treat. We're obviously not gonna let this go.
Oh,
Oh, not all at once.
dog food.
It does,
Oh,
does not taste as good as it looks.
this
Oh,
guy
there
just
you
ate a dog treat. This guy
Awesome.
ate a dog treat.
And you have bonded as a team. Great.
I
That's
have
top of the
yelling
hour.
breath.
Like it tastes like eating a fistful of Triscuits.
Ah.
Yeah. Here, have some water.
I think that's a great place to break for our top of the hour break.
Nice.
We'll take 5
right.
and come back and we'll start back outside with Max. Cool.
I'm gonna go get a dog treat.
Yeah, dog treat time.
I know. it's a dog-
Chair show. It's the chair show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One bottle of hooch.
Is that a mason jar full of urine?
Yeah, but I let it sit for a while, so it's nice and spicy. It's kind of like kombucha, but worse.
That's proto kombucha. It's
That's
tea.
right. I guess it is. Yeah.
The grape juice of
Proto
kombucha.
kombucha.
The grape juice of kombucha.
Is my chair really squeaky? Because it feels squeaky to me. Okay, I just
Can't
wanted to
hear
make
it,
sure
no.
it wasn't like every time.
Nope, there it goes.
There it is.
Now that I can hear it.
I'll just sit very still.
Don't move, they can smell your fear.
Unlikely. Little fox came by.
Ooh. Peep oops.
Can't believe Chaos has 8 dog food.
He'll do anything.
He'll do any. What a weird.
Otherwise, we would have just been sitting here for like an hour while y'all tried to get me to do it. It's like trying to move on, man.
It's like the next hour is discussing the merits of eating dog food. Got a 5-point presentation for you. Really got all the nutrients that you need.
Shiny coat.
I'm pretty sure I actually tried cat food when I was a kid.
I used to eat fish food a lot. The flakes.
I love the flakes. Those
real
are
good.
Those are good.
It's kind of like stovetop stuffing.
Yes.
Which I would also just eat dry a lot because it's way better that way. It's like grape nuts, only bread.
I used to mix up Jello, but I wouldn't let it become Jello. I would just drink it as a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I had to
Yeah,
drink
the
that when
last
I was
dog
sick.
treat, last dog treat I ate was one of those faux bacon ones.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And it actually looked like bacon. You know what I mean?
It's bacon.
Yeah, it was just nasty and waxy. And luckily, I was a little drunk. So
Other weird things from my past. My grandmother turned me on to butter and sugar sandwiches. Just white
yeah.
bread, butter,
yeah,
sugar.
Mark
Yeah.
eats those.
I eat those all the time.
Still,
Mm.
yeah.
It's super good.
And you both have diabetes.
Probably.
I have not had one probably since I was 12 years old.
Oh, well,
buttery diabetes.
yeah. Cool. Everyone's back. So yeah, so let's it's 6:00 early evening. And let's meet outside by the pretzel stand. And Max is like he's out of his Devilinator costume and just in a t-shirt with like some superhero group's name across the cover, like he's got a Valiant t-shirt.
Crossover.
Yeah, and he's out there and he kind of like when he sees you, he's just like, cool, just get a pretzel and be cool.
I'm gonna get a bunch of pretzels for Sunshine as well.
I dig pretzels. As long as I get the cheesy dipping sauce with it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
already
Max-
eating a pretzel that somebody dropped on the ground.
Perfect. Is it still cool if I call you Jared?
Yeah.
Cool. We got brought in by corporate and they gave us a big talk, just not to tell anyone or talk to any media, or if any like one that looked like an agent from something came to talk to us, like no matter they would cover us. They don't pay me enough to do that, and I figure you're cool, and I just had to tell someone this is real, and especially you, like I think you especially. Do you remember Dr. Nightmare?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You put him away a couple times, I think.
Yeah.
He I don't know. He was trying some bullshit. He's just weird, right? Like he doesn't seem like a real superhero. Like he's just got like what was he doing that time? He was a like is it got like magic cards or something? I don't know. Some anyway. He was trying some shit at the. Sorry, he was trying some stuff at the what's it called
Needle.
again? The needle, the super needle. He was trying to make a scene or something, and all of a sudden there was these dudes in, or I assume they were dudes. I don't know. They were in the sort of like black plated armor, the flat face plates, and they hit him with this. There's like this blue pulse, and he just like tried to do his dream magic nightmare stuff, and like nothing happened, and they just like put a bag over his head and took him away. A couple of them stayed around. They talked to my boss, who's not here anymore, and no one will talk about it. There's nothing in the news. It's just weird, and it's like he just. And I tried to like see if there was any like all the villains have these weird fan sites, and like they're all taken down. The Nightmare Palace was the message board is down. It's I don't know. It's do you know
So
anything about like did you do this? Like is this a part of
no, that's why I'm asking about it. No,
okay.
I didn't know anything about it. So these guys came in, knocked him out, took him away, and somehow had the authority to tell everybody to shut up about it.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how they convinced people to be quiet? Like they had some sort of like governmental authority, or what were they? I mean, there's got to be a reason for people to stay quiet.
Yeah. They had a couple of people come in and they talked to Duncan, the manager, and I don't know. I think he just had a bad attitude, and he must have said something because he's not here anymore.
Duncan.
He just didn't show up for work, and I was hoping that I would get promoted, but I don't know. They won't even make me a host. I don't get it. Like I feel like I do a really good job.
You do.
So like you
I
don't think it would be a good like work environment? Like if
I
we
mean,
were
it's fun, but it doesn't pay a lot.
I think we're kind of getting a little off track. Here's the thing I guess I don't understand. No, you know what? You've already done enough, Max. I don't really need to like drag you any further into this. I'm gonna give you, and I know you're probably gonna get excited about this, but please use this with discretion. This is not a souvenir. This is something I'm giving you in case something goes wrong. Okay. And I give him a card that has a number on it that does not contact me directly, but goes to a service that lets me know if it's actually an emergency or not.
Cool. He's like, oh wow, this has okay, cool. I'm not gonna freak out.
Emergencies only. I cannot stress this enough. Okay.
You got it. Emergencies only. Max, promise.
You've really helped us out today, and I just don't want it to come back and blow up in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you guys ever come back, I can just cover you for whatever you get here. This is
Please don't offer
so cool.
that.
Sunshine is currently like sticking his nose all over Max, trying to get like an actual scent on it.
Awesome, cool.
Max, thank you. You've really gone above and beyond the Call of Duty, especially for a host.
Yeah, no, this is great. I'm gonna put this in my phone. I'm not gonna use it. I'll destroy this card.
Stay safe.
Cool. I'm just gonna like head out for like I guess you guys can't drink. Do you want to hang out?
Let's wait until we figure out what's going on here, so we aren't putting you in any danger. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. You really have a mind. That's why you're like a detective. This is great. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna be cool. I'm just gonna go home and not be weird, and I'll give you a call if anything happens.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Cool. And bye everyone else.
Bark, bark, wag
Yeah.
tail.
I hear the dog. I hear the dog.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your next move?
All right. So what I was gonna say, and I didn't need to say in front of Max, but I need to say to the rest of you. And we're like, I'm not even eating a pretzel. I'm already full from lunch. But
I mean, I'm eating like 5 pretzels.
I'm eating a pretzel
So it's
because I'm a dog.
Got to keep up that bull strength.
it's hard to compel a section of staff and security at a building like this to do something unless you have some authority or you're mimicking some authority or you threaten them to the point where they don't want to do something about it. But that seems really unlikely. That would take a lot of convincing of a lot of people to be too scared to say something. And I've known people like Max who, even under threat of like death or danger, tell me things because they know it's the right thing to do. And sometimes it does come back to bite them, which is why I'm worried about Max. Anyway, so do they have some kind of, the thing I'm worried about is that maybe they do have these White Claw folk or White Hand folks. Yeah, these White Claw folks, these White Hand folks do have some kind of authority.
So I wonder if we should shadow Max a little bit just to make sure that no one comes back, or do you think it would be delayed? I don't know.
I can't imagine something would happen right away. I'm hoping that nobody noticed, but
You just wanted to hang out with him. It's cool. I'll hang out with him later.
I mean, if you want to,
Oh well, I'm a dog. God damn it.
if you want to,
Yeah, Sunshine's a dog. It's cool. No. Keep on your train of thought.
Yeah, yeah.
here's what I'll say about Max. You can't be friends with people who are like fans of superheroes because there's an inherent power disparity. And as much as you may want to be friends with those people, it's really hard to have an equal relationship like we do, or like you do with somebody you just meet randomly, than you do with someone who's like, you have superpowers. I'm enamored with you. It's an imbalanced relationship. I have too much power.
But
So
I
I'm
mean, it seems
warning
like
you.
it makes making friends way easier, though.
They're not. You'll
Oh,
know the
yeah.
difference when you meet them. I've made friends with some folks who were like fans, but they were like not real fans. Max, I could never be friends with. It sucks. But he'll never be able to hang out with me without looking at me like I'm superstar.
But that's
He'll
pretty
never see
cool.
it's Jared.
It's not cool. You don't think that's cool? Okay.
No, it sucks. You don't have honest relationships with people. What you end up having is these like fake, one-sided, one-way friendships.
Somebody could honestly think I'm super awesome, and maybe that gets them in the door. But then maybe we get to know each other and become real, authentic friends.
It's okay that you don't have real friends. We know that about you, and we still hang out with you.
Look, Chaos and I are friends. Okay,
It's true.
just to be clear, like we are.
I mean, I think you're pretty awesome.
Well, I think you're pretty awesome. See, we have an equal relationship.
Mm.
We came into it having a common level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Just, we have something because these.
I see what you're saying about power, but I also see like Sunshine in my relationship. I wouldn't call it equal, but I would call it very different.
Yeah. But you're not like, oh, I'm a fan of his. I'm a super fan of his. You're friends with him.
Well,
So
sure.
does Sunshine and Jules have when he was a dog, was there a way of communicating?
Some sort of like unspoken communication. kind of
Yeah,
you
like
get-
he's trying to
yeah.
do that thing where he's trying to like get your attention. so
I
he's trying
think
to
we
say
have
something.
we developed the unspoken communication while you were even a plant,
While I was a dog,
maybe.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
like-
even from when you were a plant, where I was like, "What you need?"
Yeah.
And like you wanted to like get into the kitchen and like cause trouble. I would like go make sure you got your.
Right.
Timmy's stuck in a well.
Exactly.
It's mostly snack related, but we did a lot of shit.
Or maybe it was even like I or whatever too. Like
Mm.
even as a dog, I was able to do all that kind of
Yeah.
So maybe like you let me like put your phone in my mouth and it'll like light up and do some weird shit or something. Like I'm doing that thing where I want to like, yeah,
Ah,
give me your phone. Give me your
I
phone.
think you want some.
here.
Yeah.
Why
He's gonna
does
put it
my
in his
God.
mouth, and then I think like a picture or like of just like his eyes like appear on the screen. He's like, "Hey, who's that guy that disappeared? What was his name? Duncan?
Duncan. Yeah, it was Duncan.
I mean, wouldn't that be a trail?
Yeah.
Might be worth looking into."
Um,
Just his eyes on that screen. It's in the dog's mouth.
And,
I let him keep
from-
it because it's cute.
from a little ways away in the crowd, you hear someone yell, "Sunshine!"
How
Yeah,
did they know?
I
He's a
bark really
dog.
loud and the phone drops out of his mouth. Because he thinks he's being called.
Who
Am
knows?
I being called or is somebody just calling their kid Sunshine?
Jules, what does Cousin Wendell look like?
Cousin Wendell is like he is a portly man. He's got shaved head, kind eyes, and kind of looks like ex-military but gone a little soft.
Okay. Yeah, it is Cousin Wendell. He is coming out of the Needle complex, and he looks very, very surprised he like first sees like the dog. He's like, that can't possibly be Sunshine. And then he sees Jules, and he just like runs up to Jules and like puts his arm around you and picks you up and spins you around. And he's like, I thought you were I came into town to we're rebuilding, and I came into town to get some supplies, and I decided to sort of come to the memorial to see if, I mean, I know you weren't, I mean, probably no one knows your name, but you never know. And he looks over at Chaosis and kind of gives a,
I'm licking
Not
the
sure.
hell out of Cousin Wendell.
yeah, he's
Aw.
gonna give you a tussle.
I'm so glad you're fine. We were just trying to follow some of the trails, and I when I didn't hear from you, I didn't know if.
Oh, we didn't hear from you either. I've looked around. And question for Jules and or Sunshine. Were there other like super powered take-ins that Wendell was hanging out with?
Hmm.
Were you the only two super powered people there? Was it like a wayward house for?
It was definitely like a misfits house, but I feel like we were probably the ones with like official superpowers.
Mhm.
I feel like there are some people who thought they did and did not necessarily.
Yeah, I feel like we were the ones kind of like being investigated even by the.
Yeah.
They're there specifically to
Yeah.
find these two, orphan people at the farm.
Yeah. It says, yeah, so it's been it's been like a month since the attack, right? Or a couple
Yeah.
weeks, is that right? Yeah, it's been a short time, and we're building the house back, and the outside buildings. I've Juniper's got, she's getting the fields back together. It's a lot of work, and I was just so worried about you two. Is he just dog again now, or?
I mean, he's mostly human these days. This was just like a mishap that happened.
Oh, we sure miss you around the. I'm just so happy that you. I mean, all of y'all are safe. Chaosis, can you tell me exactly what the thing that you did was that was the big destruction?
Well, I think that we were getting overwhelmed and outnumbered, and it was starting to not look good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was one of the moments when I unleashed my powers, hoping to just do some kind of broad strike and take out a whole group of enemies, which I did, as well as everything else in the vicinity. And I think even probably not, even my allies were affected less so, but they weren't spared. Like they were thrown a
Yeah.
good ways and injured.
What did the effect look like?
Um, yeah, well, since he was under pressure, so it was the unleashing of the powers, and I think
Mhm.
that it just looked like a huge blast of Arctic air with like very sharp,
Mm.
huge icicles and ice spikes
Yeah.
and icebergs and
If
ice berries.
if I can ask something here, Mark,
Yeah, go for it.
what did you want it to look like? Like, what were you like? Oh, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, me?
No, chaos.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I think because I know that I don't have control of my powers, I think I'm usually more going for an effect. And
Gotcha.
so it's
Mm.
more like I just was like, take out this group of enemies.
Just run into stuff with no intentions.
And I think
Yep.
I think my
Tree stumps. Yeah.
if I envisioned anything, it was just like an energy blast that spread out from me, and then like all the enemies would just drop to the
Maybe
ground.
we should work on visualization for you.
And maybe,
I like
but
that.
yeah, basically a huge blast of icy Arctic
Cool.
destruction.
Yeah. So yeah, Wendell turns to you, and he says, "What's your real name?"
Christopher.
Christopher. He just says, "Boy, I don't mean to be hard on you. You did a lot of harm. but- Well, if there's
Sir, you have
anything-
every right to be hard on me. I'm hard on myself every day, and I'm so sorry once again for what happened at the farm."
Well, if it's any consolation, we have a new pond. That
I hope-
iceberg you dropped on the stables. Oh, that's our new pond now. So, fortunately, all the horses got out okay, but
oh, good.
we're gonna need to get some new chickens.
Uh, sorry. I
Uh,
just hope that someday.
And
You
as
can
he's
look
talking,
back.
he just turns back. As you're talking, he turns back to Jules.
This
He's
is-
like, so where are you two staying these days, or all of y'all? I guess. Are you with the Mr. Shiny over here?
Yeah.
Bark, bark,
No.
bark, bark, bark.
Bark. Oh yeah.
They're staying with me for now. That I think they're trying to find their own way.
Yeah, well, it's about time. I mean, not that you're not welcome anytime, but I could always tell you're itching for something more. But you are, we don't have a lot of space right now. There's a lot of outside sleeping, but you are welcome to come by anytime. The place is the same as it was. We haven't had any. Well, I don't mean to pin any blame, but we haven't had any incidents since y'all left.
And that's exactly it, Cousin Wendell. I mean, I want to do some outside sleeping out on the farm as much as the next person, but I don't want to put you in danger again. We can't. I can't guarantee if Sunshine and I came back that it wouldn't happen again. And let's at least give you time to rebuild before we visit.
Did you ever find out who those fellows were?
We're on a trail. We think it is a group that hired the White Hand. Maybe Carbine.
I don't know any of those people.
I just learned them.
But I mean, I don't know that we should just be revealing parts of our investigation, even to people very close to us.
Oh,
Are
I
you
just
saying
want.
you can't trust me?
I just
No,
wanted
no,
to
not
know
at
who
all.
to stay away from.
I just wouldn't want her to get in trouble with anybody for divulging anything that the higher ups might have a problem with her.
Well, it's
divulging.
also just but I just spoke to someone about this. Like, there's a safety concern. The more you know, the more possible it is that someone may come to talk to you about it. And I don't think the last time you don't want a repeat of what happened the last time someone was curious about what was going on at the farm.
Oh,
Not supposed
sorry.
we don't.
Sorry, I'm in the habit of telling Cousin Wendell everything.
I get
I
it.
mean, you know, even us, we're involved in it, and they basically told us we're lucky we weren't blasted to pieces for asking certain things.
Asking what kind of things.
Well, again, I wouldn't want to put you in any harm's way by saying,
Yeah, we're in trouble for
I
saying.
am now going to start smelling on Cousin Wendell to make sure he is in fact Cousin Wendell.
I
He
do. I
is
was
indeed.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
about to ask.
Yeah,
I don't-
assess the situation.
Yeah,
I was
I
about to
smell
ask 'cause,
him,
like,
I
I know we
smell him and
haven't-
give you the dog nod.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna
it's-
ask him questions only he would know.
Because I know we hadn't established in game necessarily what happened in the aftermath.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
was just wondering if Chaosis or Jules or something, or if any of us would have legitimate reason to be suspicious, like this is kind of weird. Or
Yeah,
if
I mean,
this
you
is,
never
like,
know.
totally normal
There's-
to us.
I think that
there's
Can I
aliens
tell where
and psychic
Wendell's been
projections. And,
with my super dog nose? Has he
yeah,
just been
he's
on the
I mean,
farm? Or has
he's been on the farm. He just came out of the
Restaurant.
needle.
Yeah, needle.
And but yeah, you definitely smell the familiar farm smell on
Oh,
him. He's
okay.
got he hasn't
Nothing
showered in
shady.
a couple days. The usual.
Yeah.
Hey,
Evil
if you
cousin Wendell.
want to hang out with Wendell for a while, that's fine. Me and Chaosis can go and do some more research.
Well, I wouldn't mind catching up.
okay. I don't know what to talk about now.
I mean,
There's not much to catch up on in that case. I started school.
You started school.
I have not
Well,
gone to a day of it yet, but I am going to.
You're all registered and set with the city,
Yeah, I'm going to
and
be a public school student. Anyway,
you're allowed to bring your dog to school.
I need to read the rules first. Jared says there's a lot of things about school I need to know, and it seems like there's a lot of rules. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
figure it out.
More rules than we had, that's for sure.
Bark, bark.
I think your Sunshine is feeling you can probably
Change
squeeze
back.
out of dog shape with a little bit of effort.
Okay.
Feel that
I can feel
twinge.
the whatever's holding me back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, kind of like spinning forward through time again.
Nice, nice.
Ah!
I'm maintaining my dogness for a little while longer until it is kind of.
Well, if y'all
comfortable
are
He's
going
just
back
choosing
old-
to now.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually
if
kind
y'all are busy, I don't want to keep you. I'm heading back to keep the work going. You know how folks are. There's dinner's coming up, so I want to get there before folks go to bed.
Is my old doghouse still there? I am going to start talking though. I'm going to stay in dog form.
Oh, he's back. He's back. There he is.
I'm sorry, Sunshine. That was, I mean, it was a splinter. There was icicles and hailstones, and it was.
Oh, geez, I had bones in there.
Well, I mean,
It's
we have a
cool.
big
Oh.
pile of stuff that fell. If you want to dig through a pile of old wood, and I mean, you're welcome to come anytime.
Yeah, I should come and help just build some stuff.
Well, we'd appreciate it. I suppose you have school tomorrow, but any other time.
It'll have to be on the weekend.
Well, is there a place I can get in touch with you if anything comes up?
I mean, is there? I look over at Superstar.
yeah. Here's a card you can call this.
Yeah. I think Jules has realized that Jules doesn't didn't know that they couldn't trust everyone, and is now like not sure what to say ever. It's like, I don't know if I should be talking to you.
Cool. He said, well, thank you, Mitch. Give my regards to your dad, and you take care of these kids.
Okay. I'll do my best.
I'll see you around. And he takes his shopping bags and heads off to the Halcyon rail system.
I'm gonna miss those dumplings.
Me too.
It's dumpling night.
Oh,
We're gonna
Sunday
miss-
dumpling night.
We're gonna miss dumpling night.
Oh shoot! Now I'm gonna have to eat another pretzel.
Mhm.
All right, what's up next?
Just kind of thinking in my brain about Dr. Nightmare being kind of like captured and attempt to erase him
Mhm.
from like, I mean, you can't literally erase him from memory, but at least cut down the amount of information that's available on him.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm
Wonder
gonna.
if
Can I add some stuff about Captain Nightmare or Doctor Nightmare?
Yeah.
Unless you have stuff. I'm gonna say he's probably about your age still, and he was kind of like a super genius, sort of like wonderkin, and did a lot of like he had a lot of sort of like the brainy, psychic, dreamy magic stuff, and would like do mind control on people and give them horrible delusions and stuff.
I also kind of like when he said he uses the cards or whatever, that maybe he comes in with a different gimmick a lot, or like a new,
Yeah.
not like a new power set, but like a new thing, like an artifact that he somehow got his hands on and uses it.
Some
And
gadgets.
yeah, but maybe like
Yeah.
magic gadgets
Yeah, magic
Magic-y.
gadgets.
to go with his like kind of creepy ass powers. But they never actually help in the long run. Short term,
Yeah.
great. Long term, no. Um,
Right.
So he came in here, acted the fool, and got caught. So, but they
What
could-
if we act the fool and get caught?
I don't want to get caught.
Okay.
What if I turn into Dr. Nightmare and just be seen?
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll lure some. Maybe that's bait. Maybe that'll get somebody following us.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's get caught.
Yeah.
Well, they'll know it's not him because they've caught him. They're not gonna be. I mean, I like the
Maybe.
idea, but they're just gonna be like, oh, it's somebody pretending to be him.
Mm.
They might want to catch you.
They'll
but-
know we know. They know we know.
And also, we're tempting targets already.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, here's the question I have is like, were they laying in wait, waiting for someone to come in and act like an idiot, or were they following him and tracking him, which is even more nefarious, which means that they knew things about Dr. Nightmare enough to know where he was traveling from and going to, and to do something about his attempt at a flourish here at the Needle.
Yeah, it sounds like from what Max was telling you, the team came in to get him before he actually like committed a crime. He was
Right.
showed up and started monologuing whatever, and then they came down on him.
So they were ready for him.
They were onto him.
Maybe they provoked him.
Then I say we try to backtrack whoever took Duncan.
Yeah,
I mean, a guy went missing.
I think Duncan's a good place to go from, because I think if we find Duncan, we're gonna find Dr. Nightmare and all these other people that went missing.
Yeah.
But I don't
He's-
like. Here's the thing: is I don't like the idea of getting captured, because I'll tell you what, getting captured sucks. It's not fun.
Right?
I don't know. We've never been captured. I think we could do okay.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm trying to give you a heads up.
All
I think
right.
it's fun.
I will consider your viewpoint.
Take that under advisement.
It's not great. I mean, I managed to obviously get out of it one way or the other. Typically, someone came and saved me, which is not a great feeling either. But
Ooh.
it is kind of inevitable if you get into this. But it's not fun. You feel powerless.
Yep.
You're
Let's
in
rip off that band-aid. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Chaosis, what
Go to
are your
Duncan's house.
thoughts?
I feel like he's still distracted by bumping into Uncle Wendell. Like, there's
Aw.
something just doesn't
Doesn't-
sit right with him about it. He's
I
like,
think
it's
I'm
too
gonna-
coincident. It's too
I'm gonna give you a
convenient.
guilty
Okay.
condition
Alright.
after running into him like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Makes
because just
sense.
that stuff comes up and you're like, oh boy.
Oh.
So it's -2 to provoke or assess, and you can get rid of by sacrificing.
And I'm also just really thrown by this thing where they could just tell a bunch of people to shut up. I don't know if they were flashing badges or what, and then also be able to go on the internet and just knock out a bunch of websites. That's a big reach. That's like governmental level reach.
Mm.
Maybe not even our government. Maybe Canada.
Space government.
Ooh,
Moon government.
no.
The lizard people.
Sun government.
Could be, yeah, it could be Sunshine Sweep.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think it kind of
Their
does. but it really
Their
could be.
government is complicated.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna hold on to that because I think that question will be answered as we go forward. It's disturbing that what should be just a paramilitary, hire to do whatever contractor would be able to somehow then, I don't know, they had to have some authority. Okay, I'm letting it go. I promise. Letting it go.
Doesn't sound like it, but okay.
So let's talk about Duncan, and maybe at this point we're like walking back
Mhm.
towards.
All right, we'll do the Duncan plan.
Hey, is Max still around? Like the needle doing shit?
No, he headed probably home, but he was
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Yeah, good idea. I shouldn't be hanging out with you guys, even though I want to, because you're so cool."
Yeah, totally.
And I think with if you want to track down Duncan, detective powers give you the ability to. He's just a manager at the Golden Age Cafe, so you're pretty easily able to track down his address and all that stuff.
Cool.
If that's where you want to go.
Yeah, I want to figure out what this guy actually knows. For some reason I thought he had disappeared. Just for a second, I got confused and thought he was like a disappeared person, but he's more of a fired person.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
he stood up to, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So he lives in the Pine Heights over on the west side of the city. It's not terrible, not great, and it's an apartment building, and you are able to find his apartment easily.
Nice. Is there somebody else there now, or is it like a empty apartment?
You can't really tell yet until if you want to go
Okay.
in, you can go in.
Oh.
What's your approach?
Knock on the door.
Fine.
Yeah. So it takes it takes 30 seconds or whatever, but in an older woman, not older, like late 20s, say older than Duncan, answers the door, and she sees you, and it's like, I'm sorry, are you from the cafe?
No, I know it kind of looks. Well, I'm actually not in my costume, but everybody else.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bosses can't help.
I-
No.
The dog immediately just walks in and starts
Okay,
smelling around
cool.
the place.
Sorry
Awesome.
about my dog. We're looking- we are looking for Duncan though.
Oh, you didn't hear?
No.
He was in an accident a couple weeks ago.
I'm really sorry to hear that. What's
Yeah, I thought-
what were the circumstances, if you don't mind?
He was just on his way to work, and before he even got to the transit station, I don't know if it was a bag of cement or something from a construction site collapsed the scaffolding. They said it was just a freak accident. A couple people were injured. Another person was killed as well. But yeah, we had a service for him earlier last week. I'm sorry, were you a friend of his?
An acquaintance at best. I was hoping that I was trying to catch up with him, to be honest. I had heard he got let go from the cafe, so he was headed back to work, or did he find another job?
No, he was working until the day he had the accident.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have been confused about that then. Okay. Well, I'm I feel very badly about this, and I hope I didn't bring up anything too painful.
It's still fresh. So thank you for your concern. I can give you the I can tell you where the cemetery plot is if you want to visit him, if you need to say give your respects, or I don't know. He has. I haven't cleaned out his room or anything. If you're friends of his, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. I don't. Can I? Do you want to come in for a cup of coffee or your? I don't know. Soda.
Yeah, I mean, I like coffee. Yeah, that'd be great. And if we could, maybe take a look at his room, kind of, like I said, I didn't really know him very well, but it would be nice to get to know him a little bit better. At this tough time, and that's heavy.
Sunshine, what? So you are able to see, this is definitely not a ladies' room. You're able to find like the early 20s dude's room. Are you looking for anything in particular in there? Just sniffing around the apartment?
Yeah, I'm sniffing around at first. Does he have his machine there? His computer is there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got a like an older laptop.
Then I would like to flip it open and try to do that same thing that I did by using the camera on the laptop and trying to like see what happened to him in his own joints.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, we don't have to roll for this, I don't think. You're able to get into it enough to see that he was super boring. There's no shadowy threats or anything. Like he was just like a boring dude who had an accident one day, as far as you can tell.
All right. Let me see.
It's like, is that Sunshine?
Yeah, it's Sunshine.
But he had to. He experienced what happened there. So it almost seems like there's got to be something somewhere.
Yeah, actually, let's
like a
have
notebook,
you roll
an account,
assess the
maybe like a
situation.
blog or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can you give me a roll plus superior?
Plus superior. Oh, I've got some of that.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
My superior is a +2. Nice. And I rolled a 7 + 2, 9.
Perfect. Ask. Well, there's no threat here. Yeah. Well, so here's the list of questions. What here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is in the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me, or how can I best end this quickly? Or if you have another like specific question, we can kind of work it into that, I think.
What was that first one with the blank in it?
What here can I use to blank? And that might be the wiggly one. We can use like what here can I use to
find out what happened to Duncan?
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't find anything weird, but the thing that does stand out is that he had he has a chat app on his laptop, and there are some chat messages to he has a chat group, and he was talking about the weird thing that happened at work.
How many people were in that group?
Probably like 8.
All right,
9.
can I, with my sweet roll, can I assess if those guys are still around?
Yeah, I think you could. That's without a roll. Between you and the detective pooling resources, indeed, all of them had met strange accidents over in the last week or so.
Okay, who was the last one?
The last one was
the one that
Marty
had the last
Adams.
accident.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was because in chronological order, I think it was Duncan first, and the last one was a guy named Marty Adams.
Marty Adams. All right, cool.
But yeah, as far as you can tell, they were all just like normal dudes, a couple hot dudes, and it was a bad time for them.
Okay. So we did talk to some folks. Can I tell who's been monitoring this?
Ooh.
Somebody must have.
I'm not sure if you can, but maybe Superstar could unleash his detective skills to sort of push a little bit further if you want to do that.
Okay, cool. Then at some point, I'm gonna act like a stupid dog and knock some shit over in the other room. You know, just like barking at somebody at the window and knock some shit down. Be a jackass dog. And as soon as the lady goes to go deal with it, the dog walks up to Superstar and goes, "Hey, you need to check out this machine. I think there's a guy who's been monitoring some dudes and they're all dead. Marty Adams, you got it the worst.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Here's the laptop.
What?
Now I'm gonna go in there and fuck with her a little bit more.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry about the dog, ma'am. I think we've overstayed our welcome.
If I take a big deuce in the kitchen, I mean that'll take it forever.
No.
You know how many pretzels I've eaten? I mean, I think I've got one like on deck.
We'll get you outside. Oh, this is terrible.
You need a really big bag. Ask her for a grocery bag.
Are Jules and Cassis doing anything while we're having this interlude?
I don't know if they got anything to add, but I think we got everything we're gonna get here.
Yeah.
There's no reason to mess around.
Cool.
Love
She
messing around.
she gives you her phone number and says if you need anything, let me know. My name is Florence. You can call me Flo. Everyone calls me Flo.
All right, thanks, Flo.
We're so sorry, Flo, for everything.
Yeah,
Thank
sorry
you.
about that. I mean, bark, bark.
Um,
Sounds like he talks to me too. Did you hear him? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's actually a therapy dog.
oh,
Like,
maybe
I
should get one
know
of
he's
those.
not acting like it, but like if you want to give him a hug, you can ask. You got to ask him first, but like if you want to give him a hug, you can give him a hug.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
we just met. I mean, I don't know.
That's fair. He has to give permission too, and sometimes he. Oh, okay, bye. I was really good talking to you, Flo. I'll call you sometime.
Hmm.
I've made no friends today.
Cool. What is up next?
Well,
What
do
have
your
we
detective
stumbled
thing,
upon?
Superstar. See if you can find out.
All right. Let's go back to the base. I think we kind of been outside a little too long.
Yeah, I think it's evening-ish now.
Yeah, it's been way too long since I had a waffle.
Last time you had waffles, you did scary stuff.
Helpful stuff.
That's very true. Helpful
That's
stuff.
true. I also operate at that edge.
As well as city landscaping stuff.
It's true.
Mm.
You've
Coincidentally.
done a
I
great
saw
service.
we passed the snail earlier. That one was really artfully done.
All right. I guess investigate this laptop and look for some of these other people.
Yeah. So let's unleash. That is plus freak. Do we have any else thing around? Yeah, I think that's it. So it looks like that's gonna be straight up.
All right. Oh, what? I did not do well. I failed.
Great mark potential again. So I think you're up to 6 now.
Yeah,
Wow.
I gotta flip it.
I'm still sitting
Um,
at one potential because I'm doing too well.
Ooh, yeah, cool. So you're doing your research stuff, poking around, trying to see if there's any loggers or intercept or whatever on there.
Mhm.
And as you're doing that, the computer screen freezes up and glitches, and a alert box comes up
Oh no.
and says, "Thank you," and the screen goes black.
Ooh, looks like you laid some bait anyway. All right.
All right. Well, we might have some visitors soon.
We're gonna get captured.
Me first.
Okay, I'll go second.
Let's get out of here. see what happens.
Where you head out to?
Well, I kind of just don't want anybody to find my spot. I'm gonna go.
Good point.
I just want to go out to this street near this building and just hang out and just see what happens.
Ah,
I think
pigeon
at this
time.
point, It kind of you're gonna
Pigeon
get your
time.
wish. I think you might get your wish, everybody. I think we might either get captured or have to fight our way out of it.
You're gonna do pigeon time.
Yep, pigeon
Okay.
time.
What about everyone else?
Get my switch to bird seed from the dog treats.
I mean, there were still other anomaly areas we could investigate too, right? From my map questing.
hmm
Nice.
Super map quest. Yeah. Yeah, we could go hang out one of those areas. I like that idea. The targets on our chests.
Yeah, I'll just keep the laptop with me.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, cool.
That way they
I
know.
need that.
That way they know where we are.
Yeah.
So what's the location that you're going to?
The second most recent one.
I think that's the snail, right?
Yeah.
Chaosis, where is the snail at?
The snail is at the Halcyon Animal Preserve.
Nice. So
Yes.
it's like a big park in the. It's a, yeah, awesome.
Cool.
Time to go see the
Sweet.
animals.
Jules, what's the weirdest animal they have there?
Oh my gosh. So this is the Halcyon Animal Preserve. So this is not the zoo. There is also a zoo, but this is like where all the rescue animals go. So it's anything that has been an animal, usually a pet, that it's taken there. So
And well, they do also have touristy areas where you can go in and like, not like a zoo,
Eat
but,
goats
you
and
know, like,
whatnot.
yeah,
Yeah.
where you can there's still like areas that tourists can go, and the giraffe will eat leaves.
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
fence
It's still got like petting zoo vibes.
Yeah,
But it's got stranger animals. So it's got and the
But you're right,
weirdest
there's-
animal.
So I was just saying, you are right. It's more about like rescue and rehabilitation than strictly exhibiting.
Right.
Yeah, they have a giant salamander.
Giant salamander.
It's
Sweet.
one of the ones that's the giant Chinese salamander smells like pepper.
Cool. Yeah, so you are able to get to the snail topiary that is now there. It's a big old snail topiary.
Ooh.
Tell me what you're doing. There's animals around. It's probably not tourists right now because the park is closed. The preserve is probably closed, but you're able to, it's not a high security area. You're able to pretty much
The
just waltz in.
fence.
Their mouths are on the bottom of their feet. So yeah, I guess we're just looking around. Maybe I could see, do they have a security system we can try to do the trick in?
I don't think so. This is an outdoor area. There's just sort of like fenced off areas and little vending machines that have the quarter machines for animal feed and whatnot.
Do we know
Sunshine.
which
I wonder-
area or enclosure the incident happened?
Yeah, this is actually in a sort of public area. There's a little courtyard with a little sidewalk around it, and there's other there's like a statue of a bear playing with some kids and stuff like that. And the snail popped up right in the middle of that.
When you become another animal, Sunshine, are you able to communicate with those animals?
Please.
Well,
I mean, given I know their animal communication is probably a very rudimentary, they're not able to have complex conversations, but
yeah. I mean, we communicate. It's not very complex.
Jules knows how to shake the animal food things so that food comes out for free.
Yeah.
Or maybe you should pull the top off and
I just didn't want to leave a trace of us. I don't want it to look like it's been damaged, but so I could pull the top off, grab some.
jam it back on.
Yeah, so I've got food for you to also bribe them with if you need to.
Cool. I think there's some weird wild deer in this area. You want to try and
Talk to him.
yeah.
commune.
Yep.
Cool. I
So
think that is
shiny.
definitely you can shapeshift into a deer pretty easily, but I think you're gonna have to unleash your powers to actually talk to them.
To communicate. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So that's plus freak for you.
Nice. Let's see. Oh, that's a 10.
Nice.
Yes, we get to talk to animals again. I love it when he does this.
Cool. So yeah.
So a lot of tail wagging and ear shit, you know.
Yeah. And the initial communication is like, you're new.
It's my
The
first day.
jerks.
It's pretty
Just
great.
stop.
The new deer were so cliquish.
Knobs.
Yeah, you were here like what was it, like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
I've been here forever.
Yeah. Are you one of those sketchy deers, or are you like one of those, staying in the headlight deers?
I'm just a deer, man.
Oh, yeah, totally. I feel you.
What kind of deer? Are
Tell
you
me.
a sketchy deer?
Oh, I'm sketchy as hell. I run
Okay.
I run at the sound of anything.
Bah!
I mean, I'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll run in fear later. Look.
I'm not scary. I'm a deer. Fine.
Yeah. Look. Were you here like 2.5? Were you here a couple of weeks ago when
I've been here forever.
some shit went on in the courtyard? Was it a snail guy? Is that what it was? It was some snail dude. He was like a snail dude.
This like the snail plant?
Yeah.
I really want to eat that. It looks delicious.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Why aren't you? You're out. You're free. Can you free us?
Yeah, free him.
Really? You want to be free? I mean,
Do you want to be? You want to come in here with us and stay in the cage?
well,
the
I'm just
fenced-in
saying, like,
area?
I was out in the wild not too long ago, and it's full of rednecks and beer. And I mean, have you actually ever seen like a trophy on the wall that's one of our severed heads?
I don't know what any of those things are.
Look, I'm just saying that they hunt us for sport when they're out here. All you do is get fat and lazy while you're in the preserve.
Okay.
Look, man, I know what's good for you. Stay here in the preserve. Did you? I don't know what the details are about what happened here. Do we have details about what happened here?
No.
We just know something happened approximately.
Yeah.
Half a moon cycle ago.
It's probably beyond a deer's comprehension to be like, oh yeah, a bunch of super villains came in and captured this guy.
Yeah.
I think you did roll a 10, so the deer is able to communicate. Like there were people here, like there are
See?
every day.
Mhm.
Some weird people showed up, and just like took one of them away, and everyone was gone.
Mm. Do you?
People ran away like they were other deer. They were scared. They were sketchy, I guess, like you would say. But
Yeah.
the weird people that came here, they left with two of the people who were here, who did not run.
Just to remind Scatterbrained Heath, not Chaos,
Yeah.
The things we're investigating, supers went missing, right? These are all supers that went
Yes.
missing? Okay,
Yeah.
just want to make sure I'm remembering correctly.
Which way did they leave?
Uh,
Did they leave through the preserve? Did they go out just a straight road? They went up.
the sky, I guess.
Did they fly, or were they on a larger thing that flew?
No, they flew like birds. I mean, not they didn't have wings, but like birds in going up.
Yeah. And then I try to like vaguely describe that mecha armor that we've already run into.
Yeah,
And then
like,
try to like give him that.
yeah,
like
sharp,
it-
black, and shiny. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So it was definitely.
yeah. Have you seen
Those guys.
face sweepers like the guys in that? We have Netflix here, so
It's pretty great. Nice. All right, cool. So we know pretty much who did it.
can we get some more of those pellets?
Yeah. Hey, pellet this up.
Gotcha.
Oh, we're gonna be eating these forever. This is great.
Yeah.
I'll liberate all the pellets and just throw them in the cages.
Yeah.
So are you boy deer, or girl deer? Just asking.
Give or take a little bit, half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. You know what I'm saying?
Stitch in time saves 9.
Yep.
No, but if you want to come over here, I mean, that's springtime.
We should
Oh.
look away if you don't want to see something that will teach you something new about deer.
It's nature. It's
I'm
nature,
warning.
guys.
I'm warning Chaosis and Jared. It's just more of an advisory. It's not to say you have to look away. Sometimes
I think
sunshine
that-
gets friendly.
I think once they get your scent, like they're like, oh, you're just fire. We're out of here. This is okay. Cool. Good talk. We got to go to the other side of the pen. Bye.
Okay.
Aw, I hate it when it gets turned down. They should
I
give him a
don't.
chance.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it always works better with dogs. Dogs don't
Yeah,
care.
dogs don't give a yeah.
All right. Well, I guess the deer just saw what happened.
Okay.
So, white hand folks abducting supers is what we've come up with here.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
They're knocking out their powers with the grenades and then taking them away. And then if somebody knows too much or asks too many questions, they kill them.
Do you think we know too much?
Oh yeah,
Oh, for sure now.
Hmm.
Definitely. So
I think
we
we
have
knew
a
too
big
much when we broke into their
target
base and
on
tried
our
to
back right
kill
now.
the crap.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm kind of
Um,
expecting them to show up at any time. To be honest,
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'd rather. Because
Should you do your little push pop charge up thing you need to do, Chaoses, just in case?
Oh, that just takes me a second. I mean, there's no reason. If I just charge up and have nothing to do with it, it'll just burn off.
Sometimes I
as-
like to egg him on to charge up when we're not actually going into battle.
Well, they do seem to do shit
As-
after somebody's pulled some shit too.
As
Yeah.
you say that, Chaosis, the thing about taking a second to charge up, you feel a sting in your neck.
Ow!
And
Yeah.
there's a tranquilizer dart there. Can you
Hey!
roll plus conditions for me? This is going to be taking a powerful blow.
So I have
um,
one condition right now, right?
Yeah.
Trying to make sure you're ready at all times, and here's what I get.
Wait, so I'm rolling plus conditions?
Yeah. So rolling plus the number of conditions you have.
Okay, so I have one condition.
And you actually want to roll low on this one.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Gotcha.
yeah, no, we're down.
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Ooh, that's
Total.
actually really good. Plus
Total
one.
of 6. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Tell me, so you still mark potential.
Oh, sweet.
Tell
Second
me
potential.
how your powers make the tranquilizer not work on you.
I feel like I pull the dart out and I'm like, what the hell? And then I sort of like, I realize what's happened and get that feeling as if I'm charging up. I'm not like charging up my powers, but I definitely have that feeling. And then like, just all of a sudden, I'm looking around at all different animals and I see one of the reptiles in the pen, and somehow I connect with that reptile and I kind of look at the team like, what's happening? And then I whatever's in me gets spit out through my eye glands.
Ah!
Nice.
Everything you do is so gross.
Like, what was that? I
No
mean, I
wonder
feel-
we're friends.
Jared has got bug powers, so we
mean-
understand that that's what's about to happen. But you,
I don't-
These guys are
ugh.
cool.
I feel better though. Whatever I think I
These
got,
guys have
whatever
definitely been hanging out.
whatever was in this dart is out of my system now from my eye ducts.
Yeah, but we should also be worried about where the dart came from. I
Yeah,
think,
no, we
yeah.
should. There's
Now that
Yeah,
you're
and
fine.
danger.
there's
I'm glad you're fine. Do you want to
Um,
charge up now?
Yeah.
Okay.
and we get the all the laser sight things going on all of y'all, and someone who looks like they're in one of those flat black sharp shiny armors sort of like streaks out and plonks down, not super close but not far away, and it's got the flat faceplate, and through the voice speaker system, the voice of Carbine says, We can do it this the hard way, or we can do it the fun way. Your call.
Ooh, hard to choose.
And I think we'll cut there for tonight. I think that's a
All right.
great place.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
I mean, it is. You're right.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll pick up there next time.
Nice.
Let's do our end of session thing. And we'll just go in sheet order again. Jules, do you feel like you've grown closer to the team this time?
Could we go backwards this time?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So that's Chaosis then. Chaosis, grow closer to the team, grow into your image of yourself, or grow away from the team.
I feel like actually I've grown away from the team a little bit just because I got so distracted by the whole Wendell situation
Yeah.
and reopening those old wounds and having to face him, and that was all weird. And I feel like it just kind of put me in my own head, and so I wasn't paying attention to the team for a good while after that. And
Cool. So you can take influence away from one of the team members that has influence over you.
I feel like then I feel like I would, if I was going to take somebody away, it'd just be Sunshine, just because he was the least involved at all in my mental processes. Like, I'm thinking about Jules and still feeling guilty, so she'd probably still have influence.
Cool.
Superstar, is still kind of, one of my best buds. Plus, I look up to him, so he's probably still influenced. So it's not because of anything bad with Sunshine. I just feel like he wasn't really in the equation of my thoughts at all.
Right.
So
Cool. Sweet. Let's do Sunshine then. Did you feel like you grew closer to the team, grew into your image of yourself, or grew away from the team?
I'm gonna say image of myself, just because I spent most of this session reverted back to my dog self, which I've actually probably spent more time as than I have as a human.
Mhm.
So like
doggy.
just sort of being able to, but this would also be the first time that he was able to like kind of combine the two. This is probably the first time him and Jules had a like verbal conversation while I was a dog.
Yeah, awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you can shift one label up and one label down.
Label. What do you mean by labels? Is that like
Freak, Danger, Savior, Superior, Mundane.
Okay, so I could raise my freak up one,
Yeah.
but I have to take one down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna raise my freak up one and take my danger down one.
Sweet. Superstar, closer to the team, into yourself, away from the team.
Oh, closer to the team. I did a lot of semi-mentoring in that.
Cool. Who do you feel closest to on the team?
It's interesting. I feel like in a weird way, the person who kind of pushed back and then came around the most was Jules on the whole, like,
Cool.
you can't be friends with people who are fans,
Awesome.
or at least super fans. Chaosis was more like this. I think I can do it. I feel like
That
Jules
was a problem.
like, yeah, I think that was that was a measure of influence, even though I wasn't trying to like.
Sweet. And you can clear a condition or mark potential.
I'll get rid of guilty because I don't think I think that wore off. I did a lot of good stuff this time.
Awesome. Cool. Take that off. And back to Jules. Closer to the team, into yourself, or away from the team?
Yeah, I think mine is closer to the team in that same way of like, I think Jules is so like, I think the last episode, Jules was really in their element of like, I know what to do. I'm going to punch. And
Mhm.
this was a more cognitive one and was it was difficult terrain for Jules.
Yeah.
Because Jules was like, yeah, I'll just do what I usually do and be friend. Like, I came from a cult family where we're all friends and it's all okay. And I'll just like always, and I have always gotten to follow my whims.
Mm-hmm.
And is still struggling with that in some ways of like, I don't know if I always like being told what to do, but like also I can see that sometimes Jared knows like the power thing. I was like, oh, and then some like things clicked in the back of the head about cults.
Right.
Like, so like Cousin Wendell's not my friend. So that was it was like the beginning of that, of like, oh, who am I if I'm on a team versus like who am I at my own whims.
Cool. So Superstar is your buddy today.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you can also take influence or remove a condition if you have one, which you don't. So you can take influence. Great. Does that take you up to 5?
I think that does.
By influence, you mean potential?
Oh, potential. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up to 5 then.
Awesome. So it sounds like both you and Superstar can take an advance. And I think what we'll do is we'll save that for the beginning of next time, so you have a chance to look over it. And I think that's where we'll start.
All
Get them
right.
all set up and then square away with the bang bangs.
Oh my.
Awesome. Cool. I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you did.
Awesome. Yeah.
Barrett, do you want to do our outro for the stream?
Sure. I don't know if there's anything official that we have to cover, but
All right.
this is 819 Entertainment. This channel has another role-playing game, Nuked, which is on Mondays, but is on hiatus right now. I also play in that one. On Thursdays, there's Hard Ass Trivia, I believe at 8 o'clock. Last week it was a wrestling, and they didn't tell me, so I did not win, and I'm mad now because I would have won.
Probably why they didn't tell you.
That's probably why.
You can follow 819 on Twitter at, let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 819 Entertainment. Yes, 819 Entertain, because you can't put in a lot of information there. And does anyone have anything coming up? I know it's mostly online stuff these days, but any improv shows or anything you want to promote? You know, he's been making a lot of music lately. What's your site for that?
I am at Heath Allen everywhere, all social media, and that's here. I'll change it. It's ALLYN. That's the only thing they'll throw you.
Right.
All right, cool. I think
Change
that's
my name on screen there. Bam, Heath Allen.
Nice.
That's all we need to cover.
Cool.
Thanks, Keith, Adam, Nicole, Mark, and Nate.
Yeah.
our
Thank you all of you.
Yeah.
For having a join us here tonight, having a good time. If you like this, obviously tell your friends, tell your family.
Mhm.
Don't tell your enemies.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, hit that like button. Give us the subscribe money.
Yeah.
Right.
If you have any good ideas for how Chaos's random powers can manifest themselves, hit me up at Heath Allen on any of my social media.
Put it in the comments.
It's just gonna be just so many farts.
Sticks.
Oh, and we're gonna this will all be on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, thanks for checking us out on YouTube. Appreciate it.
Let us know how everything turned out, future people.
Yeah.
Thank you all for playing. We're going to shut down the stream now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next week.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.